Hello everyone. Today I just want to share some useful information on how we can all stay motivated. This is useful not just for medical students, but just any students that have a long degree, or just anyone in general who just feels like they just need to get a better drive and just feel a bit more motivated. So I'm not expecting, and no one is expecting you to be motivated all the time. We're all human, and we have times when we just can't be bothered. But of course, it's not something which we want to be, a state we want to be at all the time. So I just hope these tips are useful, just to, just to help you and get you motivated again, especially for. Especially for those away from home, it's very common to lack motivation. And I will explain just how to get motivated again. So the first thing is to take a step back wherever you are and just be mindful. You need to understand where you are at that moment. You're probably away from home, in another country or in another city, not with your family, not in the best state that you could be in. And it's because, and you need to realize why you've done that, your intention. It was because you wanted to create a better future for yourself and probably for your loved ones as well. And that will make you realize that you being unmotivated, you constantly wasting time or just feeling low isn't going to help you, and all those efforts you made to be here at the point you are now is just going to be a waste. So that's my first tip, just be mindful. The next thing is to have a study schedule. So a study schedule is really useful because it will just make you stay on track on what it is you need to be getting through every day. But at the same time, you do need to make sure that it is realistic. So you want to write down a set of topics that you want to cover by the end of the day, and you covering those, you will feel much more satisfied, and it will actually, and the feeling you will get will hopefully encourage you to keep doing and having those sort of habits. And do make sure that with that you regularly treat yourself when you do complete those goals. So whether that's something, and it should be something you enjoy for yourself, whether it's with other people or alone, like going for a run, watching a good TV show, cooking something. But you should make sure that you regularly treat yourself when you do cover those tasks. Everyone knows that reinforcing yourself with rewards is only going to encourage you to do those tasks again, and have those sort of similar behaviors. Another thing is just to generally have discipline, have a disciplined lifestyle, because being disciplined is kind of links with being motivated. It all just comes together. So by discipline, I mean have a regular sleep cycle, make sure that you are eating properly, that you try to exercise every day, allocate some time for exercise, allocate some time just to look after yourself and take care of yourself. And with all that, you are more likely to staying on track, and following those will hopefully keep you on that track to stay motivated as well. And lacking motivation or going off track is a slippery slope. Once you forget a certain task or you just get off track, you're likely to do slack in other things as well. So you having a schedule and you staying on track is going to help you. Another thing is to make sure that you check your energy levels and you're looking after yourself. You being unmotivated, it could be actually linked to you not looking after yourself, whether that's through not eating the right foods, whether that's not getting enough sleep, whether that's not drinking enough water, or just not taking time out to look after yourself. You need to figure it out. And it could even be something like having a vitamin deficiency. So do make sure that you look into that and that you understand and you treat that reason, and you straight away get back into becoming motivated. And just remembering that you are young, that you should have a ton of energy to do multiple things, and if you're not, then you need to figure out the reason behind it. Another thing is to change things around, changing your environment. So whether that's like myself, going to libraries, going to cafes and coffee shops, whether that's changing your study technique from flashcards to mind maps to diagrams to drawings to talking to other people about it. With that, I would say if you can, try to have a study group sometimes where you can discuss topics together. If not, if you're not someone like that, it could just be you sitting around a bunch of people that are also motivated to work. That could also increase your drive to work as well. And changing your study technique, I also mean not just theory but practically. when you learn something, try to go and practice it, whether that's going onto the ward or going onto your clinic, and you reinforcing that information in your head, and you knowing that what you've learned is actually being applied, is going to increase your drive to be motivated and study more. So I would say do try to practice what you've learned. And my last thing is, another thing is just to make sure that you refresh yourselves around medics and non-medics and just people who are different from your degree, because that will just, it's just a way for you to feel refreshed, to feel like you're not alone, to just understand that there are other things, that just not to overwhelm yourself, because being overwhelmed can cause lack of motivation. And with that, I would say just to make sure that you aren't too hard on yourself, that we're all human and that it's okay to lack motivation and it's okay to fail. A lot of the time, failure can also cause you to lack motivation, whether it's a small exam or a big exam or anything else, or it could be criticism from a peer or a teacher. But you do need to make sure that criticism isn't taken in a bad way, or failure. Everything is a step towards growth. So make sure with that, anything that you did wrong in, that should motivate you to do better for next time. And of course, just don't be too hard on yourself. So those are my tips. I do hope they provided useful, and please do like and subscribe. Thank you.